let's get started. So my first thing I want to talk about is the desk that I'm using. This is the uplift desk that I'm currently using for my setup. This is an L-shaped version of the uplift desk. The reason why I decided to go with the uplift desk is because I wanted to have at least 3 monitors for my work and for personal use. My main driver here is the Samsung Ultra Wide Curve monitor. It's about 49 inch. Next to it is the Acer Predator monitor, which is around 23 to 24 inch. And then my spare monitor in case I need a third one to be used on her. I still haven't figured out what to use for this monitor here, but it's just gonna be here in case I do need it. And then next to it is my laptop stand. So I actually have 2 personal laptops, but my main driver when it comes to Monday to Friday is this here, which is from work. And of course you're gonna need hand sanitizer, which I don't know why this is here actually, and a chapstick. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how this does work now. As I mentioned, number 1 is preset to going up to where my height is, so I can work while I am standing. Main reason is because I'm always sitting and I need something to help me get my blood flowing to my legs, you know what I'm saying? So my daily time, doing my day work, I just stand here, look at my code. But for this is just for fun right now. I'm trying to learn how to do some blockchain for Python, and I'm just playing around right now, trying to learn more about blockchain because I'm getting into the cryptocurrency world. But maybe I'll talk about that if you guys are curious in the future. So now, let's say like my legs are too tired after like 2 seconds of standing because I'm an old man, you know what I'm saying? So I press number 2 now. As you can see, I don't need to do anything. I don't have to press any of these arrows to make it go down. I have it preset to how I want it. And I'll just sit here and I'll just start clicking and clacking. Control Z. Now, in this portion of the video, I want to talk about the keyboard setup I have here. So I'm going to talk about the one at the top first. This I have for almost 2 years now. This is my Bluetooth keyboard that is very silent, as you can tell. The reason why I use this for work is because my girlfriend is also a technology consultant and sometimes she has calls, so she prefers not a really loud clicking sound like what this keyboard does, this mechanical one. This one is so quiet and it feels really nice. I really enjoy using this. I just wish there was a stand here, honestly, to make it go up so I don't have to always like put my hand like this when I'm typing. Let me show you guys how low this can be. Like even this wrist support here is so much bigger, like it feels weird, but I make it work. So if you ever need something that's really quiet, I would suggest this keyboard. I believe this is the Jellicom keyboard. The link below if I do find out where this is from, but if you're curious about this keyboard, because it does have like a numpad, which you don't see a lot nowadays, and you can actually connect this keyboard to 3 different devices. Let me show again. Yeah, 3 devices here. So it's pretty cool. I even use this for personal sometimes when I don't want to hear the clicking sounds. So yeah, this is my main driver for work. This is what I use when I'm gaming or just personal use in general. Especially look at these RGB here. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is a Keytron keyboard I got from Amazon. I always wanted a mechanical keyboard and I decided to just go with this one first. I want to try making my own one day, but I need to spend some time and figure out how to. But I think it's really cool. If you're also curious about this keyboard, I can also put this link below in the description. So I use 2 main drivers as my mouse. First one here is the Logitech MX Master 3. The reason why I like to use this for mainly just for work is because it's very comfortable and it fits my hand perfectly. Especially if you have big hands, these are pretty good to just put over. And you can you can have 3 computers set up for this mouse, which is useful for someone who has multiple computers. Now this is the mouse I bought about 2 or 3 years ago just because I thought, hey, maybe I should get a gaming mouse, and I ended up getting this one. This is the Logitech G900. This one can only connect to one device using a USB receiver, and it's connected to my personal PC. Mainly, I just like how it looks, honestly. It's mainly just used for gaming, and just like it's easier to move around. It's not as bulky as the MX, but I just like how sleek it looks. Just look at this. Yeah. Now the next part I want to talk about here is my mouse wrist support combo. So I usually work for about 8 hours, so I really need something that can be very soft for both my wrist and my elbow. So what I like to do sometimes is, the first way I like to do is just have my mouse here and then my wrist support here for my wrist. This will keep me pretty comfortable for probably about 5 or 6 hours, but then eventually this mouse pad here isn't soft enough anymore for my elbow, so sometimes I'll just move this back here and use this way, so the wrist support becomes my elbow support while I'm working for probably another 3-4 more hours. So in my background you'll see 2 shelves. This first shelf here basically shows my childhood nostalgic stuff, such as Pikachu and Charizard and Pokeball from Pokemon. I've watched Pokemon since I was a kid, and Pikachu was one of my favorite Pokemons, but of course Charizard is always number 1. This is Mega Man hat from Mega Man Battle Networks. This is also one of the shows and games I used to play when I was a kid. Legos, because I used to love building Legos when I was a child. And this is just a cat because I'm now a cat dad. Now the top shelf, they're stuff that I've watched since I was around 10 years old. This is extremely nostalgic as well, because one of my favorite superhero in DC was Batman. I used to watch Batman anime series when I was a kid, and I just thought he looked really cool. The black and white series. And of course, I can never forget my anime stuff, which is why I have 2 anime figures below here that you may or may not have seen before. And this random ring security in case my girlfriend tries to come here and use my beautiful setup. Behind this monitor here on the left side is going to be one of my main speaker drivers. This is from Audio Engine. This one I purchased when I first moved in here, mainly because I needed something that was durable, has Bluetooth capabilities, and can last pretty long. This is really loud, by the way, so if you decide to purchase a speaker for your monitor, I would say get something that is, I guess, depending on your apartment or house, if it's soundproof, this would be pretty good if you want something really loud and pretty crisp. But if you have someone next to you, like for example for me, right next to me is my girlfriend, whenever I try to put this even at like 10 or 12 volume level, she gets pretty angry, so it's usually around, I usually put it really low. When it comes for me, when I'm working, I like to have multiple type of Bluetooth headsets in case one ends up dying. I don't like using wired headsets, so one of the ones I use in case I do end up having a headset that dies on me is this Jabra here. This is a Jabra Active 65T. It's pretty good, and it's also noise cancelling. This here is my AirPod Pro. The AirPod Pro I use mainly for my phone, but it connects pretty quickly with my computer. But whenever I do have issues with like communication applications on my work laptop, I also have applications that works on my phone, so I can connect to it in case I am about to miss a meeting. Now over here I have another figure, which is an Iron Man figure, because he's one of my favorite Marvel heroes. I have this random plant here just to give it some life. You know, gotta get some greenery. Next to the docking station is another figure, which is Mega Man. This is from the original Mega Man game. If you want to know the true reason why I have both of these figures on my desk, here is why. Mega Man. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot you with a Mega Buster. Pew! Oh no you don't, I'm Iron Man. Jarvis, destroy Mega Man. No! Next to it here is actually a Switch docking station. So in our living room, my Switch is mainly set up there with our big widescreen TV, but my girlfriend usually uses the TV around the nighttime, and she doesn't like me playing games around that time because she's not a gamer, so she doesn't like watching me play games either. She just likes to watch on Netflix. So sometimes I bring my console games into the office and just play it on one of my monitors. So what I like to do is I like to put the Switch in here, and it'll be activated from here. So how this works is I have this HDMI splitter right here, and I'm not sure you can see that. So for the first one you see here, so there's two numbers, 1 and 2. The first one is actually connecting to my work laptop's HDMI cable. The second one should be connected to the Switch. So if I press this button, it should then switch the HDMI source to the Switch now. So I can change the source here. And there you go. You have the Switch here, so I can just play games here whenever I can't use the living room TV. Just from here, so it's nice. All the links are down below. And now behind it is just some of my wiring. As you can see, the location where I can hide the wires are pretty far away, so I tried to just make it a little pretty, just make it into one line. There are some wires dangling, but I can't do anything about it, honestly. So right next to my speaker is actually one of my main drivers. This is the main headset that I use when it comes to work. The reason why I use this the most often is because this is not like your traditional type of headsets that goes over your ear. This actually goes like next to your bone structure, if that makes sense, in your ear, where it doesn't really go into your ear. It's just like around it, which makes it more comfortable. And it helps me use this longer compared to my other headsets. These are called the Open Comms Aftershocks. As you can see here, I got the box as well. The reason why I like this is that you don't have to put it in your ear. It's actually used for the bone structure. So it's like a vibrating into my ear inside. So because I use a lot of headsets usually, like these Bose for example, if you use this for more like an hour or two, it starts to hurt. So when that happens, I like to use these for all my calls during work, or just to listen to like podcasts. Reservedly open and free, so I don't have to worry too much. And it's pretty comfortable. What I want to talk about next here is going to be my docking station that I use for my other two monitors. So this here is one of the first docking stations I purchased for work. This is the pluggable USB 3.0 docking station. It uses a DVI and a HDMI behind it, but this docking station actually came in with a DVI to HDMI converter in order to connect to my monitors here. So currently both of my monitors are connected to this docking station, and this docking station is using a USB cable connecting to my laptop. This big one connected using a HDMI connected into the HDMI port for this laptop here. And then I used this docking station here to connect to the HDMI cable's monitor. If you're interested about this, I can talk more about it and maybe in a future video. Here I have another figure here. This is from Persona 5. He's one of my favorite characters in the game, and he's called the Joker. And I have a bunch of pens, which I never really use, but it's good to have. My Bose headset here. This PC here is my main driver when it comes to personal use. This is the Alienware Aurora desktop. I purchased this pre-built computer back in Best Buy about 2 years ago. I have this computer for a pretty long time now, and it still works pretty well. I do regret not building my own computer, but that time when I purchased it, I didn't really have the time to put all the PC parts together. But this time I have no excuse, because nowadays it's much easier to upgrade a custom computer compared to a pre-built computer like this one, for example. I will put the specs on the screen so you can see what I am working with right now. For now, this is going to be my main driver until I can purchase new parts for a PC build. Behind this PC is my cable management. As you can see, I try to my best to hide all the wires, but this is the best I can do to really consolidate all the wires together into one place. If you're wondering how I did my wiring, let me know you're interested for me to maybe make a new video on how I have done my wiring for my desktop setup. But this is how it looks down here. I think it's pretty clean. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, next to my PC, I have this bench here. So when it comes to storing my files and stuff like tax return documents or anything in general, I put it in here. This is basically miscellaneous stuff that I just throw in here. And I think it looks nice. And it's really soft. It looks like someone can just sit on here. So what happens usually, one of the cats during the weekdays will just sleep on this bench if I'm not using it. But if they're not here, I use them mostly for like my leg rest. So definitely recommend to have this as well if you just want to, stretch your legs out and or have this cat over here. So during the weekdays or whenever I'm in the office, usually a cat will be on this bench here. As you can see, Dawn literally just came up to this bench and she just sleeps on it. It's soft, it's comfy, why not? Right, Dawn? Hey, Daddy has the best bench ever. Good night. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys like my desk setup. And if you're curious of what reviews I should make, comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to learn more about. I'm thinking of making a video about the Samsung monitor that I've talked about in this video and make another like in-depth review. But if there's anything else you're curious about, let me know. And like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. Said bye, Charlotte. Bye.